Okay, hey everyone. This is kinda spontaneous. Not that I'm streaming, I'm usually streaming. Well, that's just that's just how that goes. That's just how that happens here. It's not more cursed than things that have already been typed in this very chat. So you know. But yeah, I kinda that's the spirit. But yeah, I'm kind of late because I arrived home late. Like I was at my grandma's place and took a while to get back here. Or rather, we just left late. Which sounds dramatic. It's only like a 5-minute walk. It's not that bad, but you know. But the second issue was that I'm very tired today. I haven't slept that great. And while I could theoretically, play games, it's like, especially Persona, which I would have probably done today, it can be very slow, and that's not great with me being tired because not a lot of commentary, not a lot of things happening at once. So I thought it wouldn't be ideal to do that when I'm tired, which I also would just prefer doing the game when I'm more awake. And after thinking a bit about what I'm doing, yeah, I guess I'm just continuing where we left off on Wednesday, doing more game dev stuff. Specifically, I'm probably going to do more advertisements, because that was fun. And also probably going to work on maybe implementing the signs, maybe implementing the wall jump even. I don't know how complicated it's going to be, so I don't know if I want to risk that, especially while being tired. Chat. Oh, I think Silic updated something. Uh, Finally, we also have the new over. F indeed, considering eh. um, F indeed. Also, hey, Songfan. I don't know if you saw it, but how's it going? In general, how's it going, everyone? While we're at it, am I audible? I should always ask that. Uh, am I audible? The sponsor of the, not really the sponsor of the stream. Although at this point, if I, hey Dukan, how's it going? If I ever get a sponsor, if I ever get a sponsorship offer from Audible, I almost have to take it just for the joke. Uh, you know. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to work on, but we'll figure that out. Might just work on more decoration stuff, more advertisement, more just sprites, because I think that's relaxing. Speaking of, I might as well open the tileset already. Both the tilesets. And we can already go to game the theme. Yeah, the last thing we did was basically do some advertisements. In a very, retro kind of way. Retro written with AUX for additional nostalgia or whatever. I kind of liked it with the text, so I kind of want to do more of that, but I don't know how I would do that. but we can get to that later. First I think I'm going to make a second. I think I'm actually just going to increase the size of... actually no, I think I prefer doing several copies of this. One sec. So I'm going to open a new... probably first a horizontal, because that's easier to work with. Where first I should check how much space do we have in those. Surprisingly, a lot more. Like we have a bit less on... Sorry if I'm quiet for a sec, I'm just figuring out how best to scale this. And probably that... I'm not on the scene anymore. I can go back real quick if you want me to.
Okay.
I probably need to reload it here real quick. One sec. I think I refreshed exactly as he sent the test message. It works. Could be moved a bit more to the right, but that's fine. I'm not that... You know. It's good enough, and I think that's fair. I guess the ideal size would be something like this, where it just doesn't cover anything vital. So free distance from the side, and so something like, I'm not going to use that color, but something like that. But first I'm going to make a background. From this layer, and then new layer. Just so we have that background if we need it. We're probably not going to need it, but I just like having it. So, first advertisement. I mean, we could do something like use that symbol for like money again. Might be quite useful to show. What exactly this is about. Because if you remember, we had that bank symbol. And we could easily write something like bank on here. The effective space we have to show stuff is more like one higher. Again, 8 in height, which is not as bad because we have the width to fill the rest. which is very convenient for us. Should probably add those colors too. Yeah. Could probably even just copy the symbol of the bank and like... I thought I copied that. I'm on the wrong layer, that would explain it. You know. And can we just write bank here? Not like that. Yeah, that just says ban. I guess we have to ban someone. No. I... Huh. Not ideal. I gotta say. If I could somehow convey an... truly unfortunate... Never mind. Maybe it's for the better. Something feels off here. I feel like somewhere I broke a rule. I totally did. Good riddance. That's unfortunate. I mean, nothing I can fix, I can just... Don't mind me just making a new frame to store that really quick. Sometimes... what was the line? I forgot. I made a mistake. Which is why I'm glad nobody answered the question. So I guess let's try it again. Poop. Nobody has seen a thing. But that also puts me in a conundrum that that doesn't work. Because, you know, it would be too easy. Things just worked. Could you imagine? That'd be like madness. Quick reminder that any and all Sparta jokes are appropriate, considering. I mean, we're almost at Sparta. Not quite, but almost. Close enough. Yeah. But yeah, should probably hold a poll if I should try to like code something later. I'm pretty bad at it, but I guess you can decide my fate. For the better or worse. I mean, I won't learn if I don't try, but also I'm a pretty bad learner. Like, I'm dense like a rock. Yeah. If I knew in advance that I would have done more of this, like, more game work today, I would have probably prepared some more stuff, like, finally worked out some of the programming stuff I wanted to get done, but, you know, I kinda didn't plan that far. Okay. So, next thing I wanted to copy is that one. So I can have like... Actually, I kind of prefer if I would... Like, if I could put it here, because then I can have like... the sign over here. Actually, no, I should probably do it more like this, because it's easier to do, you know, big letter rather than small. Can anyone even read that? You don't need to answer, by the way. It's kind of a rhetorical question. No one's going to be able to read it if it blinks at 100 milliseconds. You know, that's a fair assessment. So...
Okay.
yeah... But yeah... on the one hand, I should probably work on implementing some of the stuff, but... you know... I also don't mind currently making more sprites, so I can just... once I get to actually implement that all, have it all done, and be immediately able to use it. I also feel like we should probably at some point talk about how we do the lighting of the game in general, like how we best want to have the lights look. Because I have some ideas for like the general why, but I don't know if we can make it work that easily. Because I think part of the issue of the opening stage at the moment, which I should probably open Godot anyway, part of the issue of the opening stage is that stupidly said, it's very bright. Like if I open that really quick. Something like that, yeah. It's just at the moment, for the dystopia it's supposed to be, it's pretty... I'm going to stop that for a moment. It's kinda too bright. That definitely, yeah. There's a lot of thought that needs to go into that. But for example, the lights on the enemies would work a lot better if it was darker, so they can properly shine. Literally and metaphorically. But yeah, I think that helps selling the idea of the earlier sign being for bank. Yeah, that definitely, but I guess I can add attack again. So because I think this format, like the horizontal format, is best for signs that have like a little bit of text on them. So you can like better tell what something is. While I think this one is for the, you know, shock kinda signs, like those obey sort of messages you want. I should also think what I could advertise for the other emperors. Because they each, as I've established in a game design document, each of them has a different location they are assigned to. For example, I could advertise the scrapyard that Pluto is assigned to, or the harbor, or the observatory. Um, I also still want to do the gladiator thing, where the gladiators are advertised. Yeah. So something like where's Mars? Just a sec. Intro Mars. Mars. Good old Mars. Oh. What a coinciding. That's the same color. Oops. Well, this is awkward. Wait, why am I doing this? When I could just do these. I guess... I don't know. Even darker red. Why? Why? Because, you know, Mortal Kombat or something like that. I don't know. I never played Mortal Kombat. Fight. Nah, I prefer it that way. Fight. Weirdly motivating for, you know, if you completely ignore the context. So, I guess reversed it all because I made the decision that I'm going to do that manually, and I'm going to make it manually. I already regret the decision, but you know, can't go back now. I feasibly could, but you know, I won't. Because I'm stubborn. I think I actually need a darker grey for this. Which nothing on the grey changed. But it... Well, OBS just decided to disconnect. I don't know what's going on around this time, but it's for some reason happens a lot lately. Which I don't like. I really need to look into that. Because if that continues to happen, that's going to be an issue. Well, good that it only blipped out for a sec, but it's still not great. But yeah, as I was saying, human perception of colors is weird. Because just by the surrounding colors changing, the perception of how we see colors changes as well. It's a fascinating phenomenon. Phenomenon. Words, please. Like the way we perceive color in general is so fascinating. Because for all I know, none of you see the same colors I do. We could think of the same color and describe a certain color as the same, but... I mean, sure, go ahead. I think I should actually take a bit less of an extreme color change. That's a bit too extreme. Which, that's another thing, it's just very thicker. Just such a weird word to say, but I think I shouldn't go on yet another tangent about how things are weird. But yeah, the way just in general, the way we perceive colors is so weird. If we cannot describe a color, does it even exist? if our perception of a color basically is completely different, how do we know that colors are actually the same? Obviously because we know from seeing objects that we describe as a certain color. But how do we know they are the same color? You know? Unless we somehow get the ability to see from other people's eyes. I actually think I want to put a frame before that. Of like two gladiators fighting. But yeah, it's just... color's weird. It's the simple summary of it all. And it's not even going into people who can't perceive color the same way, like colorblind people and so on. Just to... I should actually move that all a bit over here. The concept of perception is a lot weirder than a lot of people think. Simply because the very nature of it is strange. So... I guess I'm just going to mirror that. That's fine. This is supposed to be particularly detailed. Just supposed to invoke the image of some people fighting. Now I need to add a color. I made a mistake here. But it's a... I don't know, life is weird, I guess. I guess that's my facet. My conclusion. So there's this German word called Fazit, which I don't actually know if it's originally German, but it's like... It's basically just conclusion. But it's like... because it doesn't feel like a German word, I just wanted to insert it into my language like it's a thing. I don't know. So... No, wrong color. Yeah, I assumed it was a Latin word, which is why I assumed it might have been adapted into, at least my brain assumed it might have been adapted into English as well. Heck, it might have been. I don't know. Oh, by the way, completely different topic, Divide. I might want to send you something later. Nothing important, just I found an interesting game the other day. Don't know if it's your type of game, but thought I'd at least mention it. Because that would be something cool to do with some peeps around. Because it's like a 4-player co-op spaceship kinda game. Complicated. But cool, so... Because if we could get enough people together for that, that would be kinda cool. One sec, I can check if I have the link, then I can send it to you real quick. I do, actually. I have it on my wishlist, so... Again, don't know how interesting it is, but it could be fun. Which might have been how I've seen it, yes. The publisher sale. Right, I changed something here. Yeah, that feels dystopic. Yeah, people have mentioned it has a similar art style. Which I don't know, I have never played a Destiny game, but... True. Can I fit the word arena in here? That would be fun, I think. Like fight, arena. Close. I guess if I squish, if I go squish and squish, now it looks weird. Squish. I guess if I can somehow... I mean, I guess I can do what I did here with the N. Doesn't look great, but it works for most cases where you need an N. Like, doing this is not pretty, but it looks enough like the letter N to convince people that you have the letter N. Something I do a lot if I need to write in very tight spaces with pixels. But yeah, I thought about that game. If we could get like a crew of 4 people, that would be fun. Or absolutely horrible, and either way, I'm totally down for it. I feel like I want to have a different color for the arena part. Something that like pops. I might use the copper color, which I originally was thinking about using for the orb before I realized it doesn't look quite well. Or rather, I didn't... Yeah, I can see what you mean. Guess I need a darker color. 75, 90, and again, I'm not changing this because it gives it more of an you know, digital feel. Less like it's actually illuminated by light, but more like it's glowing itself. It's a neat little trick. I can just fill it. I think that's faster. Yeah. And then replace the letters with red letters for like emphasis. So, something like that. Yeah, no, let's try the darker red. I don't think the bright red is good enough. Huh. I know, it probably will look better in a distance. Why did I do that? Now reversed it all. I guess. Then we'll see how well that looks. I didn't want to do that. Do this. And then I can hate it later. I'm doing it the wrong way around. Wait. Mistakes were made. So... yeah, I think that works. Maybe a second... like another screen, like frame of like something with that orange red color just to have it more established so it doesn't feel that weird. Because I feel like it could work, it just seems a bit odd compared to the rest of the... not like that. I guess first I'm going to do the Mars symbol, and then after I did the Mars symbol, yeah. Sorry, I hit the mic. Nope. I tried. There was an attempt. I guess either I do it like that. I guess whatever looks better. And the answer is not that. Yeah, that's fine. And the rest is then dedicated to the arena. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Obviously, I'm going to add Windows to that later. No, not the operating system. Don't even think about it. Yeah, something more like that. Good enough. Nobody's going to notice. Which is going to be my new catchphrase, isn't it? I did it to myself. So yeah. I need to check real quick. Yeah. Yeah. I should probably take a break soon as well because ads are going to run. I'm going to save that later when I'm done after stream. But yeah, I'm going to take a quick break so ads can run and then we'll continue. Be right back. Be gone, bot. I don't. OBS doesn't have moderating options, of course. Thanks, Silic. Okay, be right back. Okay, we are back. Thank you all for waiting. So yeah, I think that looks okay. Maybe I should switch those to be earlier, to be like image, text, if you get what I mean. I feel that gives it more of a, you know, wham. And I'm sure there's a word for it in whatever the science behind advertising is. I don't know. I'm not one of those scientists who studies advertisements, so I don't know which science it is. So we have the bank again, the arena. I feel like 2 more designs should be enough for now. If we get more designs for other advertisements, I might go back to that, but I think it doesn't need to be too many. Especially with the color scheme now, I kind of want to move away from red as well. Like, because I know I will have at least one more advertisement that will use red. So I kind of don't want to make this a theme. At least not as a main color. Huh. So, yeah. I also don't want to reuse too many of these yet. I still need to re-color this one. Might do that in a bit as well. Because the yellow is not working. Clearly. I could use a... We'll get back to that. Something... What else would you advertise in a dystopian society? Maybe... Dystopia is difficult, you know? Uh... I mean, let's start with a color. Any color. We already have red, blue, purple, yellow, although I probably do something different with yellow. purple. Maybe repeat that message just with, you know, a horizontal sign. I could see that. In a sense of like, just put the skull beside the message, besides the that. B, bzz, bzz. But yeah, something like that might work. Which technically means more red, but I don't think that's that big of a deal in this case, because it's more an accentuating the sign rather than... Although it does add a lot of red into the level design, which we do have to keep in mind. It isn't really an issue because neither of our protagonists is particularly red, but... Like Antares is more a yellowish, orange kind of with blue accents, while Sagittarius has only the red cape, but most of it is green and blue. Which, by the way, I think that's the first time I actually showed Sagittarius on stream. So in case you didn't know, that's how he looks. But it's besides the point right now. The biggest issue is that I need to put the text in here. Again. But you know, can't be helped. And I might actually, to save some space, do this. Curious how that will look, but you know. I think that will work out just fine. So... yeah. And then I just need to retype the text here again. Over several frames. So, first frame, second frame is the first letter, which is just that sign. Which space did it take up? Exactly 8. Which is convenient because we have exactly 8. tiles of space here. Wrong. Next one is that letter. Well, letter. I say. Next one is one here. Next one is one over there, yeah. Which I'm sure is meaningful in some way, but I can't read it, so... And now we have the issue that we need to reverse everything. Which is going to be slightly annoying, but you know. Gotta do it. And that, and then I can just reverse it all. Sorry, by the way, if I'm a bit more quiet. I'm trying to focus a bit on this so I don't make too many mistakes. B, again, I'm just tired. But yeah. I hope that works well. Again, we kind of have the issue that we are a bit more limited in the space we actually do have. Although we might actually have enough space to move that all one out. Kind of just avoided those pixels for no reason. Or rather those, but... Which in this case might actually be more advantageous because, you know... The text in the middle would otherwise be a bit obscured. Means I need to rework a little bit of stuff, but oh well. Happens. Can't really help it. Because, you know, planning is for nerds. Just means I need to reverse all of that, but afterwards I can just copy it. So it's not the end of the world. Even if the song in the background does sound like it. Which, by the way, is a cover by Metal. And sung by Edo Bean, I think. Still need to properly set up the Google document where all the songs are credited. Which is one thing I'm a bit... One thing I should be better about. Admittedly. Getting it all sorted. Yeah. if you really want to know, you can ask, of course. And I mean, we have a command already telling you roughly where all of the songs are from. I just wish I had more, like a proper system to credit all the songs. Because at the moment it's very bare bones. Okay. Wrong column. Yeah, I need to type another line. Like that. No, not like that. So that's 2. I just need to keep count so I know how many lines I already typed. Yeah, that's alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And then 4. Another line here. And then one more frame for yeah, the doomsday text, which we still don't know what it actually says, but we have to assume it's dangerous. So I guess, how did I handle that? Yeah. I guess I have one empty frame too many, but yeah, that's not too difficult to fix, luckily. I just need to reword that one back to, and I think it's easier to just rewrite this one letter rather than try to reverse the entire. I forgot to add a tag here. Doom. And then I need to again do that blinking, which I did here. Am I just going to copy those frames. Huh. It's the first frame with that, then another frame where it's gone, and where everything is in reverse, right? It's another thing, yeah, of course. Again, I think it's easier to just add the letters that I'm missing than to redraw all of that. Yeah, that's easier. And then what was it afterwards? Another 100 frames, and then, yeah, right. I remember. And again, I'm just going to redraw the letters rather than trying to reverse everything. Just no point doing something so complicated. And then there's a new frame where it's empty again with 50 frames. And then a frame it's empty but reversed, and then another frame where it's like that, and one last frame where it's empty. And then one is 100 again. So now I have basically the same, but without the switching from the skull. It just has the skull the entire time. Good. That's at least 3 different signs. I don't like how 2 of those signs are mostly red, but that's a good start. And again, we don't know what the message is, but I'm sure it's important. Um, um, I mean, we could make a sign as well for our rebellion, you know? But I don't know what that sign would be. Like signs that, despite the fact that we are mostly uh, working on, like, working in enemy territory, that there are still other people working for the good cause. Hmm. I'm just thinking, what would that sign be? Because I haven't really thought about what the symbol of the, you know, rebellion should be, which is arguably something I should probably think about as well. And, I mean, no time like the present, right? I mean, I could use the astronomical symbol of the Earth. Which, in case you don't know, the symbol of Talos, aka Earth, is, and I think I think I first do that here, where I take like both the blue and the green, and then the symbol of Earth. For those who don't know, is basically, well, it's basically a target. Simplified. Not quite, but actually I think I should probably use blue for the background, since the sky and the ocean is blue, but quite. Basically, the symbol for Earth is a giant circle pointing right to the center. Because, you know, geocentrism and all that. And I guess I would like to use a different color for both of these. The green is fine, but I kind of feel like it should be brighter. So let's try doing the reverse of what I usually do. 85 and 80. Yeah, that's more like it. And I guess a brighter color for the blue as well, although I don't really mind it that much. I can at least see how it looks, and then I can still decide if I would keep it or not. Now, question is, does it work better with a brighter blue, or where I will keep it? I think you got your answer. Nope. And now we'll reverse it all. And we got a pretty good symbol for, you know, the rebellion. Nothing, you know, overwhelming or anything the like, but Just a small symbol to remind you, yeah, you're doing this for a cause. And you're not alone. I mean, I was considering also using the key colors of Sagittarius and Taurus, but they're a bit, you know... Their color schemes are very subdued, comparatively, to the signs. Which works well with their design, but not so much with, you know, an advertisement that's designed to pop right in your face. This music's a bop. The level head OST in general is a bop. Again, I need to update the command at some point to actually properly credit all the songs I use. Because there's a really good OST, like, those are all really good songs and all, but... And... I guess do I want to do a second screen for this? Because I kind of feel like I shouldn't just let it stand there, but I also don't know what I would use for the rebellion as second icon, basically. If I had more space, I would just write freedom, you know, but I don't quite have the space to write freedom. I guess I could have a symbol of like no to the aliens, but like I mean, I might try something like that really quick. And maybe a third image of like static, where it got like interrupted. Because whoever was sending the message was discovered or whatever. We'll see. I don't quite know how to do static, but that's not too difficult to find out. I mean, that's not a bad, you know, no symbol, but I want to have something behind that. And I don't quite know what I want to put behind that. No to what? Because I could, of course I could just, no aliens, like, use those 3 eyes they have as significant trademark or whatever. But that kind of leads to value dissonance when you have one of your protagonists be, you know, one of those aliens who's working for the very rebellion. So I can't just, you know, I can't just take the get them all out approach. I also don't want to use, you know, the symbol of any specific emperor, because it's like, while they technically have a leader in Jupiter, I guess. None of them is really in a leader role. Yeah, that's kind of the thing though, right? I mean, I have an idea, but it would need more... Hmm... Let me try something real quick. Um... What colors do I want to pick for that? I mean... Because an interesting idea would of course go with the eagle motif of Rome. But have it like be more alien, but I couldn't quite sell that it's alien. Because that would require to have 3 eyes, but... Which I can quite put on such a small canvas. But... Just for... experimentation. That looks like a dodo. I mean, I assume that looks like a dodo. For perhaps obvious reasons, I don't know how exactly how a dodo looks. Exactly. Yeah, that's not quite an eagle. No, I'm not moving away from dodos so far. That's just Ridley. Actually, wait, it's not spiky enough. Now it's Ridley. For perhaps obvious reasons, I cannot use Ridley as, you know, the flag of the Empire. For again, perhaps obvious reasons. As much as I might like to. It's surprisingly difficult to make an eagle. I don't even know anymore what that is. You know, this would probably be a lot easier if I had, you know, more than 8 pixels away, like 8 by 8 pixels, so technically... Technically not 8, technically, uh... I'm really not good at math, by the way. You know what? Good enough. I can get a more detailed version of this later on. And now we put this here, where we can publicly ridicule it for what it is. A very crude drawing. You know what, I'm first going to draw it and then going to fix the irregularities. A smarter person than me would have probably made a different layer for it, but... I'm not a smarter person than me. You recognize exactly nothing of what that's supposed to be, but that's fine. It shows that we are against something. And you know, every rebellion has to be against something. Because, you know, there's a significant difference between destroying a rebellion because you felt that way that day, or actually being against the government you're taking down. I say that as if taking down a government is a regular occurrence. That, you know, normal people do in their daily lives, but, you know, I stand by what I said. That. And I can take care of that later. That's good. So I guess I can make another sign for that rebellion now. If my mouse ever lets me. So I need to copy the scholars first. Um, yeah. No, I only need to think about what I actually do with that advertisement, but you know, I can think about that when we're that far. I guess I can. Nope, not like that. I made a actually not that serious mistake. I can fix that quickly. But yeah, that seems like a good theme to go by. That feels like something you would put in a rebellion. I don't know, I have never participated in a rebellion. I don't know. Yeah. Awkward. Non sequitur aside, I think that should be enough signs for this format for now, anyways. That does mean 3 of them are reused, but you know, not my problem. I'll get more ideas later. I'm probably going to scrap half these again anyway, to be realistic. Some of them are good, some of them are less good. We'll see which works. And that's just a decision you have to make when you make games, I guess. I didn't copy that. And now I'm carrying absolutely no consequences for it because I can just copy it from the other frame. I can't keep getting away with this. Actually, I can. Because this is my my whole stream, I guess. I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to take that, stretch it out. Easy. And now I need to write freedom in big. colored letters of unspecified color. Actually, no, I can't write in that big of a font as much as I would like to. Freedom is a long word, you know. Admittedly, the main reason why it's so long is because of M. Probably the silliest letter in the alphabet. Why can't I squash M down to less than 5 pixels? Why is it so wide? Why does it have to be that way? Who designed this letter? I think that works. And if not, it's just one of many signs. Yo, Frams, how's it going? I'm doing good. I'm very tired, which is why I decided not to do Persona today. I didn't sleep very well, but that's pretty much the only issue I have. Oh, that's nice. Hope you had a good time. Yeah. I've been working on this because... Exactly, freedom. Or at least it tries to say freedom, but if you look too closely, it just looks like pixels. It just looks like pixels, to be honest. Which, I mean, it is, but, you know. This doesn't really look like a word. But I'm working with very limited space here, so I'm happy with what I can get. But yeah. Besides being pretty tired, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, just the Celeste OST. I've been talking about it the entire day now. I need to update the command for which sounds, like which music I use. It's kind of outdated, so because it's mainly the old command I had is mostly for the Sonic playlist I set up, but I have a bigger playlist for, you know, streams like this, and I need to update it. Update my command for that. Maybe make a Google Doc with all the songs and stuff. Probably the best way to handle that. But yeah, just a mishmash of a bunch of... Well, the command doesn't list all the songs in the new playlist, which I would like to change, because obviously I would like to give credit where credit's due. Because at the moment it just credits the OSTs and stuff I use for my Sonic playlist, which I used at the beginning of my Sonic streams or the Sonic discussion streams. Which is fine for those streams, but it's not, you know, up to date with all the other OSTs I have added to that. But yeah, I've been continuing working. I continue to work on sprites for the advertisements. Advertisements. I remember one of my English teachers told me it should actually be pronounced if English was a logical language, like advertisement, which is because of the amount of syllables the word has, which is weird, and obviously it doesn't work because English doesn't follow any rules. Because it has like 4 syllables, and usually in a 4 syllable word, the second syllable is pronounced with like emphasis is on the second syllable, if I remember correctly. Obviously, nobody pronounces it that way, but it's still stuck in my brain because of that. So sometimes my brain just wants to pronounce it as advertisement. I just realized I don't have enough space actually in here. Oh, well that's nice. Twitch, you could have at least warned me about that ad before just running it. Yeah, I guess I'm going to take a quick break so the ad break can run. I'm so annoyed with Twitch not, telling me. Well, I'm kinda talking to everyone here, but... I just thought I mentioned that, Twitch doesn't tell me for some reason. It does in the beginning of the stream. Well, for good reason. And thank you for that. But yeah, be right back, so the others can catch up. Yay, I'm back. I think that's over now. Yeah, I just realized that freedom is too long. I'm definitely not Bach. It's been actually a while since I listened to anything Bach while we're at it. Uh, I, I'm back, but I'm not Bach. And the fact that CH is pronounced very differently in German is giving me a lot of mileage right now. Yeah, that's... Gosh, why is this letter? Why is this letter? Why is this letter? I can't even squish it properly because it just becomes an H. I can't even type freedom. I mean, I guess I can. One of the advertisement signs on the market. Specifically those. I just thought it would be neat to have like a symbol for that people are fighting beside you, even if you don't necessarily see them. Uh, so like, and this symbol specifically is just Earth, like that's straight up just the astronomical symbol of Earth. It's literally just a circle with a like a cross in it. Can I post it in chat? I'm actually curious now. I can. It's tiny, but I can. I hope you brought your reading glasses, I guess. Because I can't scale it up any further. But yeah, that's the basic idea. I guess I can push this over here. Fine. And I make the D. I'm not going to finish the sentence. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not... Nah, actually I don't think making the D bigger was any help. Do we though? Do we? Also, I already said it, so... VOD. Yeah, freedom, I guess. Freedom to say that I'm making the D bigger. But yeah, I think that's enough. I think that's enough signs for this kind of size for now. Oh, and yeah, if you want to know about any music, because I don't have the command right now, you can ask me what the song is. I can usually tell you. I just again need to set up a command for it, so I can properly credit it without, you know, people needing to ask. I'm so I'm so close to just singing the lyrics of the song, but I don't know the lyrics for the song, and it's way too fast for me anyway because I can't sing that fast. But it's one of those songs that just I don't know. It has. Chat, do you know that when there's like a song which just feels like you want to sing with it even though you don't know it? Am I just weird? I mean, I am weird, but am I weird in this specific regard? Take me home to the place that I belong. That probably sounded terrible. I'm not sorry. I'm not. I'm not sorry. Are you saying my singing is bad? Now I'm hurt. 16. You know what? I can't even complain. That's a very good reason. You'd like chaos. Happy chaos, specifically. um... How much space do I have here? It looks like the answer's not a lot. Um... So let me fix that real quick. That sign needs a bit more space. What? What happened? What happened? I mean, it was the only sign that, for some reason, didn't connect to the edge of, except the big one, but the big one is anyway. Big to cat. I fixed, I think. Where was I? 8 and 8. And I guess the space I need to cover is from 1/3 to the. So like I guess free. I guess just the same I have here, but vertically. Which I know sounds like it's not a big surprise, you know. If I rotate it, obviously it would behave like it would just be that, but rotated. But you know, because the signs have a very different style, I wasn't sure how that would work out in practice. I still don't know how it will work out in practice, but we will see. You know, there's only one way to find out. So, where was I? There. I can close all of that. Where do I start this time? I would again probably like to take at least one of these signs. Probably two. I could use the Sigma sign, but I still want to recolor the Sigma sign, so I guess I have to do that. Yeah, Sigma. Why am I using a Greek letter in a Roman-inspired? Have you? Have you though? I have my doubts, but okay. I won't even be judgmental. I'm just going to trust you. Do I actually trust you? No comment. Yeah, Hollow Knight. Specifically, the City of Tears. Which I like the City of Tears. It's a really pretty place, but also very atmospheric. I need to finish that game. I kinda... The problem is, as a completionist, Hollow Knight can be brutal. To say the least. Yeah, I haven't. I want it, but... Every time it's kinda like... Oh, but I want to... Yeah, the Flower Quest. Basically. I'm trying. I like it too, it's just tough. And I'm not as good as Hollow Knight as I would like to be. It's basically the one thing that's stopping me from... Yeah, I have heard there are some side goals you can do with that, which is one of the reasons I didn't quite want to do it immediately, because I first wanted to kind of get an idea how I would do that. Like, kinda plan out a route, but... You know. It's like my one issue with Hollow Knight, it's very easy to, you know, get lost, quote-unquote, in the amount of side content, which is partially missable, partially not missable, and that's all a thing. Which is what I like about the game as well, but, you know, it makes it very tough for me as a more or less completionist to completion it. And yes, I just used the noun as a verb. True. I don't... That's not necessarily the game philosophy I always like for Metroidvanias. I kinda prefer completing them, but to be fair, that's mainly because my introduction in Metroidvania was Metroid, which is more... doesn't quite have the openness and wideness and, you know, the... Not quite the amount of side content most Metroidvanias have. Which is an interesting study, which is the main reason I would say Metroid itself doesn't necessarily qualify as a Metroidvania because I feel it's distinct enough. Yeah, I don't. I hate this purple. I hate it with a burning passion. I can do nothing with it. It's such a... This purple is such a children's toy purple. Which is a very specific description maybe, but... You know... It's the best I can describe it as. It kind of just takes out the seriousness of anything I attach it to. Unless I, you know, do that purple with brown thing, which just looks like milk or chocolate. Which is probably something a lot of people don't even know, but... why so serious? Honestly... Okay, first things first, I'm kinda serious because I have been struggling to find a solution to what I actually do with that signal thing, but I'm not that mad, it's just, you know, I like to kinda, especially when talking about like pixel out stuff and game dev, I take it somewhat, I just take my profession seriously, you know? And as a basically pixel artist slash game designer, it's just something I take serious. But yes, on a completely different note, why so serious is actually a perfect name for, you know, channel point redeem. Should actually add that. One sec. I currently don't have an icon for that. Let's give that 60 minutes. Or 1 hour, I guess. I don't want it to be spammed too much. Yeah, you can now, if you reload, you can now redeem on this channel. Why so serious? I'm sure that will have no consequences whatsoever. What? I care about game development, you know? It's just something I'm very passionate about. This color reminds me of something, but I don't know what. Exactly. That's the way to. By the way, I put a 1 hour cooldown on that just so it's not spammed like spammed. I might reduce it later to half an hour, considering uh, an hour is long. Considering the stream is usually like 3 hours, but at the same time, I can't answer that often why I'm so serious. Well, I'm not saying you are a spammer. I'm just saying if a lot of people have the same idea, they might spam it. I also need to change the color of this. Dear. Dear God, King of the Forest. Some something that isn't yellow. I can't use black as well because I want to have it seem like a glowing screen, you know. Hmm. I guess I could use the blue again, which I don't mind reusing colors. I guess. It's definitely better than the alternative. Because the yellow just makes it impossible to see what I'm actually showing on the screen. Again, that's a thing of colors in relation to other colors. So, let's see if that looks better. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Probably not, no. I am still thinking about, speaking of accessibility, I'm still thinking about which accessibility options I want to add to this game, because, yeah, exactly, accessibility is important. And obviously I don't need to be an expert immediately, I can learn over the time of game development. Even after publishing I can still add stuff like that. But it's definitely something to think about. Which is an interesting discussion topic in general. And one of the games I definitely want to check out just for the accessibility options alone is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart? The new one. Because that has a lot of accessibility options. Like, I recommend anyone interested in game development to look into that. It's a very interesting topic. Actually, how much is it on Steam? €60 right now. I might wait until it goes on sale, but to be fair, that's a completely different discussion about pricing. a lot of games are actually priced in a way that makes it lucrative to buy on sale, because the entire ecosystem of Steam is kind of designed around sales. Most people won't buy games that aren't on sale, and Steam is designed around that. So a lot of games are also priced in a way that they are worth their production cost on sale. But yeah, I think this blue is not ideal, but it's better. The main issue is that I'm overusing blue, but I mean, we're also overusing red here, so it's fine. Yeah, I also mostly buy games on sale unless I really, really want to play the game. Sorry, yawning. I'm so sleepy. I'm probably going to raid soonish, simply because I'm extremely tired. I didn't sleep much at all. But at least a few signs I would like to get before. How do I best... I kind of want to, you know, use this sign, but how do I adapt that? I mean, obviously I need the colors. Yoink. And yoink. Something like that. I mean, we kind of joked it's a IKEA knockoff, so I guess. Huh. Exactly. How do I best show that? Is the question. How does a shelf look? Don't answer this. Let me try this. I don't know why I'm saying this all the time, like you're going to stop me, but you know. In case any of you were thinking about stopping me, please don't. That does not look like a shelf, it looks like a person. Or a face, at least. Although that's just how our brain works. Pattern recognition is great, isn't it? Yeah, I think you are right. Well, thank you. Uh, hmm. Does that work? Does it look weird? I mean, it probably looks weird, but does it work? Does this does this evoke the feeling that you can buy furniture? Do you want to buy furniture when you see this? Hmm. Thinking, how can I best... meh. Still doesn't really scream shelf to me. I mean, I would be concerned if anything would scream shelf at me, but you know. Metaphors. Unfortunately, we do not have TTS at this moment. Maybe someday. That's still not a shelf. What even is shellfish? Why is it called a fish? I had it and then I didn't have it. Let's keep it this way. I think that works. Does this look like a shelf to you? Mmm. Mmm. Now it looks like a Minecraft skin. Okay. Now it's just the letter P. See, that's the issue. Can't just make it a table, because anything that would look like a table would just end up being P. Uh, uh, I did not think that my spriting skills would end up at a crude drawing of a table, but I guess this is the limit of my abilities. This is not where I expected it to be, but
Okay.
it looks okay. It just, I don't think it's quite convinces people what this is about, you know? Which is bad when you try to sell something to people. Which I don't actually do, but it's supposed to evoke the feeling that I do. You know. Hmm. 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 I guess. Well, I'll find. I'll use text. I mean, I could just, invoke the feeling like the. Hang on. If idea, idea. What if, what if I like show an image of whatever it's trying to sell us, and it's like, look at that, it's trying to sell us this object, which is clearly worthless junk, but gee. And then it has like a paragraph of text below it to assure us that it isn't just worthless junk. Uh, and second, and like, I wonder... I think that might work, I just need to push it a bit further up, even. I... Yeah, that invokes the feeling that it's trying to sell something. At least. If I push it up a bit, so... doesn't overlap with the text down here, I can even write a bit more about this clearly masterpiece of a chair. I mean, this is fine. Not great, but this is fine. I just broke the rules again. Nobody pay attention to the broken rules, and we are all just going to move on with. I made the rules, I can break them whenever I want. It's just ill-advised. As working with sprites, there's no rule you can make that you don't have to break at some point. That's just how sprites work. Because sprites don't care about the rules I thought up like a week ago or something. Yeah, that doesn't convince me that it's selling furniture, but it convinces me... This doesn't convince me that it's selling furniture, but it does convince me that it's selling something. And you know what? That's good enough. Wow, that was one frame. That took way too long. Alright. Now that I can... continue this. I need to see if that works. I think it will, but you know. And then I can put something great and remarkable on the second frame. Like a big keyword or... I kinda like the slogan Sicarius gave me last stream. Which was, what was it? Build your future here. And I feel like I could just about put it in there, like, build your future here. Exactly. I should have seen that coming. I mean, I saw it on a few other channels, but sure, let's go with that. I don't know anymore where I might have picked it up, so I might have picked it up on your end. It's not like I would earn anything from that either. You know what? Cynic did it even better. I'm not even the funny person on the stream. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Fail spectacularly, apparently. You know, falling with style. Falling with style. If in doubt, falling with style. Oh, I know what the issue is. I forgot to update the frame duration. That makes us a lot more bearable. You know, slightly more bearable. Okay. So that's been dealt with. Someone just drove by with the motorcycle. Yeah. I need a second, like, I need maybe, actually, I might be able to do that without. Let's see. New frame, instead of, actually no, new frame. And I'm just going to take this and stretch. And then like build. I didn't need that dramatic music. It's not that dramatic yet. Oh, I hate this. You know what? I'm doing the bad advertisement thing where they are like clearly using way too much space for... You know what I'm talking about. Right, I like this, and I actually need to move that down again. Wait, that's actually correct. And like... Yeah, right. No one can agree how that's actually supposed to look. Yeah, that looks adequately horrible. So nobody can read it. Uh, let me see if I can get. Let me see if I can actually fix it in a way that doesn't look horrible. Uh, that looks absolutely horrible, but in a way that I can fix. Which, you know, is a win in my book. I just realized that just looks like a very long L. And that looks like someone cannot build. Which is very bad for the advertisement campaign, but also kind of funny. Yeah, I think I need a second color. I think that's the easiest way to handle this. Instead of trying to make it look good somehow. Which, I mean, there's no way I'm going to make it look good, but, you know. That problem started where I picked a word with L for this message. Oh, heck, not even L. The problem really is the I. Can I just... and does that work? Surprisingly, it does. Kinda. Good enough. Don't think there's any way to make that actually... make it work. Oh, adds in 2 minutes. Thanks for the reminder. And then... so I guess I'm going to take a break now already. And then we'll be right back. Yeah, I think that's the smartest plan. Well then, I'm back. Yeah. We. um. So yeah, I guess this is going to look horrible no matter how I do it, so I might actually... highlight the letters a bit more by making them thick with double C. You know. Making it so it's easier to read which kind of letter they're supposed to be. Potentially the risk of just looking weird, but I'm looking weird, so how bad can it be? It can be very bad if you make an L longer than the... That's going to look absolutely horrible, and I'm excited to see it. It's going to look exactly as I expected to go, how it's going to look, but... Yeah, that looks absolutely horrific and I love it. It looks exactly as horrific as you would imagine it's going to look. And that's exactly what I want. The inconsistent letter size and everything just makes it. It is conveying a message. Neither do I, and neither do I care. It looks horrific, and that's all I need to know. Because nothing looks better as advertisement than failed advertisement. I mean, think about it. How often does advertisement just look weird? I feel that makes for a realistic advertisement. Going to steal it. Like, that's something you can really lean into. The bad advertisement aspect. It's easy to exaggerate, it's, you know... Everybody is going to understand that it was an attempt at advertisement, but nobody's going to... Nobody needs to know what it actually tried to advertise. Also, I can't wait to get sued by IKEA. It's going to be great. Was always on my bucket list. Now I can finally live the dream. Build... exactly, cease and desist. Immediately. Never allowed to enter an IKEA again. Exiled from Sweden. I'm not in Sweden. But exiled from Sweden. How often am I going to steal this U? How often will I be able to reuse this one U? You are indeed right, it's 2. Also, I'll never be able to spell future like that. Also, this is the FTL OST in case anyone's curious. FTL is a cool game, I want to stream it at some point, but at the same time, it's also like... What are you implying? And do I even want to know? Feel like I don't. I mean, fair. Does anyone know how to spell future? More squish. Thank you. I would have never been able to figure it out without you. Ah, I need a bit more space for that E. Just a tiny bit more space. No, this is perfect. It looks so clearly like they ran out of letters, which I mean, they did. I did. But you know, now it also looks like it. Looks like a horrible advertisement, which is exactly what I wanted to achieve. I needed to sneeze, but then I didn't sneeze, and now my I think you all know that feeling. Yeah, it sucks. It's achieving something, I don't know what. I think that's a fair assessment. I guess just here, but to make it a bit more spicy, I switch color. Spicy. So build your future here. I don't think I can fit more than one of these. I really don't think so. I also shouldn't stretch that H that much. Or that E. Surprisingly, going to be weird to align this. As it turns out, the letter E is a bit weird. And in general, just aligning letters when you don't know how much space you actually have. I think I get it. Like, I think I know how to align it, I just don't have quite the space I would like to have for that. Yeah, now it looks weird in the middle. That would be the easy solution, but that looks weird. Uh, that looks weird too. That looks even weirder. That achieved nothing. As I was saying, this is going to be weird to align. I mean, the easiest would be the... I mean, let me check something real quick. Because I actually know how... I know... well, I know where this is going to go, obviously. I made those frames, so I can... Yeah, we're probably going to have more space lower, so... It's probably visually going to be better if I just do this. And that's it. Actually, let me... I can demonstrate. Uh... Well, that's most unfortunate. Nothing I can't fix, mind you. Now I should check if that happens with the horizontal ones as well. Just to make sure. Why I haven't tested it before? Next question, please. Oh, that's also why this isn't aligned properly. It needs to be over here. Yeah, that looks fine. I think this is fine. So, yeah. I want to give this a bit more time though. Like this, a few more frames. Just so it has time to settle. And this is going to be weird, so I guess I'm just going to keep it on for a frame longer. Like 250 milliseconds. Because it feels weird cutting halfway through the cycle. Also, I completely forgot to do this on the other one. Like, make it darker. Shade it. Although the shading isn't really the right word for it either. And I've decided it's also not my problem. I'm not... If I have to use Buffy speak to explain what I'm talking about, so be it. And it's a sign. A sign that I'm made a sign, and B a sign that I maybe should call it. Should I keep those on longer? I feel like I kinda should. 250 isn't a lot to actually read it, and I kinda want people to read it. Wow, fail 6. Yeah, I'm going to give it each a new frame Even if that means more work, I rather want it to be, you know, seen properly. As unfortunate it is that I have to redo all of this then. But you know what you are, what you don't do for the art of clearly what I'm not doing for the art is speaking. I can't speak. I just don't. Okay. So I feel I kind of prefer. Yeah, I prefer that vastly. Okay. This time I moved the frame before. But yeah, I think after this I'm going to call it. I've got not a lot done, but again I'm tired, so I don't really care. And I didn't really plan to do this today, so I didn't have any plans for today anyways. Yeah. But oh well.
Oh no!
I'm tired! Clip of Mario turning into a tire. Wasn't that the first game Charles Martinet voiced? I think Dan said something about that. But I might be misremembering. So I need one more frame. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. When was Mario teaches typing? Because I think that's the game in which Mario was first voiced. Sorry, I just had to check something really quick. About the sprite, I mean. 1992, 64 is... Feel like that's after? But I'm not sure. While I am interested in console history, I'm also kinda bad at dates, so... Nah, yeah, I thought so. So yeah, I guess Mario teaches typing is... if that's what I'm thinking of. I might be wrong. I guess if anyone wants to look up if Mario was voiced in it, feel free. Yeah, that's the Chameleon stage from Mega Man X, by the way. Again, I'm going to get that set up hopefully soon. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to handle it, but worst case I just have a Google document for all the songs. Though ideally I would kinda handle it in a way that it can detect what is currently playing. I know there's an extension for something, I don't know, but... yeah. I think that's it now. Yeah, that looks good. Build your future here. Yeah, it is pretty... it's pretty funny. You can also do it with the emotes command. Although I don't know if it works for normal emotes, like my emotes. Especially because I don't think Stream Elements actually has my emotes because it isn't subbed. I mean, you could just copy the message Stream Elements sent, but also I think emote spam kind of breaks the chat overlay, which I don't mind. We'll fix it eventually, but it's funny to note. But yeah, this is... I think this design turned out really nice, especially with the build your future here. It is a good slogan, you know. You probably don't have PTTV, so you don't see it, but you can actually see those emotes if you have PTTV, even in chat. There's a lot of emotes, yeah. At some point I should probably add some of my own emotes to BTTV simply because I'm running out of emote slots. But you know. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I don't think I wanna continue. This was in any way just kinda an impromptu decision to do this, but it was fun, so I don't mind. But yeah, let's find the background's gone. Oops. I mean, I don't really mind. It's a neat effect. I mean, it would be a neat effect if the messages probably properly work, but anyways, yeah, thank you all for coming to stream. I already have a raid target in mind today. We are going to raid RPG Hidden Wizard? Is that a... yeah. RPG is doing, as the name implies, usually game dev on his second channel on RPGs. But he's also playing RPGs made with RPG Maker occasionally, or some other games. Particularly, currently he's playing some Pokemon fan games. Oh, rip. Well, let's rate RPG. Yeah, he's currently doing Pokemon Infinite Fusion, which is a fan game which, as the name implies, basically has... wow, what a fitting name. Huh? Let me just tap the rate real quick. So, yeah. If you're interested in that, check it out. But anyways, thank you all for watching. It's been really fun, even if I, again, was very tired. And yeah, I'm excited to do this again next Wednesday. I might also do a catch-up stream for the other stuff I did that I didn't do today, but we'll see. Things are a bit open because there's also another secret stream I've planned that I'll let you all know when it's happening. So yeah, thank you all for coming to stream, and I'll see you soon. Bye.